you can place your guys in peace. Hey man, look, everything's coming together over here at home, man. We still feeding people, feeding about 500 people a day. So shout out to the volunteers, bro. It's not easy organizing something like that, but getting the community helping getting the community back on its feet is important to me. So just letting you guys know that we're coming along from Hurricane Ida. Still a lot of destruction, still a lot of things going on, man. But been following stuff in the streaming community, and let me make sure I got comments set on. All right. Been following stuff in the streaming community. GoPro Dynasty 78. I don't trust preachers. And one of the things I noticed about things going on in the streaming community is that I've been preaching and preaching to you guys. If you've been catching these lives, I've been preaching and preaching to you guys about having the mindset of pivoting, right? So in the streaming community, I'm glad you're okay to helping others. Yeah. Gotta help the community. Uh, the streaming community, man, I've been preaching is that things change, things evolve. What's up, TV 24 Media? Things change, things evolve. So anytime there's a big story in the streaming community, man, boom, YouTubers, including myself, boom, we run, we tell it, oh, this IPTV is going down, or boom, this happened with this individual, or this happened with that individual, and been telling you guys for months, if not years, that look, have a backup to the backup, but not only that, if you in the streaming community and you using that as to subsidize your income or part of your income, one of the things I tell you guys is that if you still selling fire sticks and stuff like that, when Firelink went down, a lot of people lost their mind because they what's popping with you, Terrell? A lot of people lost their mind because Firelink is not working, or if you use a streaming service for your cable, that go down, oh, that's not working, and I'm telling you guys, man, it's time for you to transition. I'm gonna keep preaching this till I can't preach it no more. It's time for you. Dennis, you got the course. Which course you got? The hotspot course or the six figure Denise, I'm gonna say the six-figure journey. Oh no, taking the bathroom, getting the panel for VIP TV service. Thanks for sharing. Um, it's time for you guys to transition. I lost my train of thoughts, but the other cast been saying, trying to catch the comments. Oh, the six-figure journey. Hey, look, let me know where you at in the process. Let me know where you at in the process. That's another thing I'm gonna start doing is following up with you guys with those courses because I just got approved for the Navy Federal $3,500 credit card. Um, and I've been with them a little over a month and a half now. So, but the trying to get my thoughts back, but the fire sticks, guys. If you're making money doing that, like I said, and something happened, oh, it's the end of the world. If you got a service that you was using or you was reselling and something happened, end of the world. If something happened in the streaming community with this person or that person, the end of the world. Look, things change. Things are evolving. And one of the things I recommend to you guys is to say, all right, what's the next step, right? What's the next wave? Remember when I was doing the videos, I'm starting fixing my credit and I just passed the first test on Google Ads, but I'm kind of stuck, but I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Hey, the great thing about that the Google skills is that you can go at your own pace. What's the next step? When I was doing those videos about the hotspots, using the AT&T, the IME number, and uh, the pad, the iPad, and all of that, and how to manipulate the numbers and stuff and get unlimited. When they shut that down, thought it's the end of the world. How many iterations of unlimited internet or unlimited hotspots, I should say, with unlimited data? Um, how many iterations have we been through now, right? So still been able to figure out a way. I got that course, right? I still been able to figure out a way how to do it, and I still have clients. Why? Because people still need internet, especially after this disaster. One of the things people notice is that, all right, a lot of people had AT&T in this area. AT&T wasn't working, but people that had Verizon in this area, it was working after the storm, right? It was working. All right. One of the things people learn is that when those cable lines pop from your home, you can't get internet and you can't get cable, and you at the mercy of the cable company, right? So locally, a lot of people been hitting me up for hotspots, and I'm like, I'm sold out. You know, I'm sold out. I don't have any. And it's like, well, when you gonna get some more or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can put in, let's say right now, I put in like a rush order for like 20 hotspots. If you have the course, you know the process. That means I gotta go ahead and I gotta activate 20 services, right? And so I could go get 20 new customers. But one of the things I know is that if I go get these customers right here, how long will they be with me, right? So me being business minded, supply and demand, I'm just going to select the people who I know would be long term customers and not long term. It would not be a long term problem. So when I say I'm preaching to the streaming community, is that, man, you got to pivot, you got to use your mind. Like, you got to look at what's the next thing. All of this knowledge that you learn within these last couple of years about streaming and about capitalism, as far as, like, again, if you selling any type of service, or if you just programming fire sticks for family and friends, if you learn anything about customer service or whatever, what what's the next step? This as a long-term strategy is not feasible. It's not feasible as a long-term strategy. So that's why you have to make sure you're looking to catch the next wave. And I'm gonna keep preaching it to you guys. And guess what it starts with? It starts with your credit. I'm gonna give you a prime example. We came back from the hurricane, right? Okay, as you know, without electricity and all of that, boom, I was prepared. I was prepared. I was able to stay away in the hotels and stuff like that. Why? Because I had multiple lines of income. Okay, when I got back, I was prepared because I had not one but two generators, okay, to run the whole home, okay, washing clothes and everything else. So the other day, the wife was like, "Hey, the washing machine went out. Now the washing machine not working correctly." So she was like, "Well, I want another washing machine." All right. So when we was gone, went to my son apartment. My oldest son, he got an apartment up there in Mississippi, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Went there, and she seen this washer and dryer. She like, "Oh, I like that." So I go to Lowe's, and I see yesterday, and I see washer and dryer similar to that. It was Samsung washer and dryer. Technology, Wi-Fi, all of that in there, steam, sanitation, and stuff like that. Buying a combo. I walk up in there. I'm like, bro, this some bread to come up in here and drop it like that. But what I did, man, pull out a credit card, pull out my Lowe's credit card. First thing the woman asked me, she was like, "Hey, look, you want the 5% off, or you want the 12 months no interest? Give me the 5% off. Know why? Because I'm gonna pay this off within the next month. You know what I'm saying? So having that card, right, and having that perk, that 5% off, saved me like $50. Save me like $50. Well, you like, well, $50 not a lot. Okay. When you're doing multiple large transactions, like especially right now, when a lot of people doing construction, $50 here, $100 there, buying lumber, buying stuff like that in Lowe's, just having a Lowe's card is a perk. So the first step you got to do, guys, when you're looking, and I'm gonna keep preaching this, when you're looking to take the next step, because streaming is not sustainable long term. It's not. We see this. Look, back in the days, y'all know, as soon as something went down, the first thing I did was jump on YouTube and it's like, "Hey, look, this service went down. Hey, look, this happened, that happened." That get old, guys. They get old. Now that might get you some views, that clickbait, might get you some views. It might get people talking in your comment section, and I'm not knocking those that do it, because community need information. Me right now, in my mind, right now, currently, and the reason why I'm saying right now, currently, because as we live, we evolve. As we learn more, our mindset, involves. So your thinking should always be changing. Sometimes it changes for the worse, sometimes it changes for the better, but your thinking should always be changing. But currently, we know it's not feasible. So the next step is, what can we do? The first step is, for most people, is leveraging your credit. Now, I used to think if you have assets, let's leverage your assets. All right. I used to think that, all right, if you basically have cash on hand, that, all right, you're in a good position. If you got 5G saved up, you got 8 grand saved up, you're in a good position. But what I have learned in this process is that 5 grand ain't nothing. 8 grand ain't nothing. Let me tell you, 40 G's ain't nothing. Last but not least, you said Lowe's. Yeah, I ordered an oven from Lowe's. Delivery scheduled for next week. That was up. It ain't nothing, guys. Look, my wife got a I think it's the Chase Reserve card. I think I told you this the other day. So the same process that's in that 6 figure journey course. My wife divorced, previously divorced, student loans. She a nurse, so she got a lot of student loans. So I tell her, "Oh, thank you." A lot of student loans and stuff like that. Repossession from my last marriage. You know what I'm saying? So I remember we went to go get a car and they pulled out a credit score. Her score was so low they didn't even have a score on her, right? So same philosophy, man. Implementing some of the things from the 6 figure journey course within 3 months. I applied to Chase on my wife's behalf for a credit card. She got $10,000 credit card. Now, uh, the amount is 10,000, but look, check this out. It's the perks. So when we travel, like that hotel room, I put that on that credit card, man. I put that on that credit card because she gets so many points. All right. So gas and stuff like that. I got one credit card where I just use it for gas or groceries. Wow, I get so many points, like or cash back. So like I might get $26 here, $30 there. That just for me using that card. Just for me using that card. So these are things that I was already going to spend cash on, right? But now my incentive is, all right, use this card, get these perks, points, and cash back. All right, pay it all because I was gonna already spend that money. Pay it off, right? And the benefit is, man, look at this. Look what I got here. I got $26 for nothing. I got 300 points that I can cash in for whatever, for nothing, for just spending money that I was already going to spend. So I'm learning that cash is not king. Another thing too, let's say if if you still want to take advantage of streaming or whatever, okay, let's say like there's a big acquisition you want to make. All right, let's say you don't have the capital, you don't have the cash, but you got your credit to the point to where you can get a personal loan, or you got a credit card where you can put it on. Man, you go ahead. Let's go back to Fire Sticks. Let's say people begging me, but let's jump to hotspots. Like I started off, people begging me for hotspots right now because it's hit and miss with cable and internet in our area, which is obvious because of Hurricane Ida, right? So people begging me for hotspots. Okay, not only do I have the one method with the Sprint, not only do I show you where to go with the AT&T, right, but I also have the Verizon method. So right now, no matter where you at, and no matter what tower was hitting in your area, I can get you a hotspot that's going to work in your area, right, when nothing else is working. Why? I have those methods. I acquired that knowledge. Okay, so if I was to go buy those 20 hotspots, I just put that on the card. All right, I put that on the card, and then whenever I give them the hotspot, if you're familiar with how I do things, your first month is going to be $190. Why? Because I'm getting the price of the hotspot back, and I'm getting the activation back, right? And then it's 120 a month, depending on what you want. Okay, so I'm not losing money, but I don't have to go to my bank account and get 2 grand out there to go buy these hotspots and get them activated. 2 or 3 grand out there to get them activated. I can just put that on a card, right, and have my customers pay me back, and then I go ahead and pay the card off, all right, before it reports, before it hurt my utilization on the credit card, and then I get all of the perks. That's a way to leverage credit. So the first thing I tell people, six-figure journeys. If you want to make six-figure journeys, Tech about to come out with a shirt that said I put it on the card. Yeah. If you wanna start your six-figure journey, the first thing you have to do is look at your credibility as it relates to lenders. All right. The first I want to say this, like, even if even if you're not looking to do all the other things in the course, as far as like getting those Google skills, or or some of the methods that I'm making money with now, what I said I'm gonna start doing next year, towards the end of next year. um Even if you're not interested in that, you're just interested in the credit, you can use the credit alone to make money. After you fix your credit, repair your credit, you can do it for your family and friends, and you can charge them a small fee. And here's the thing: the credit repair business is easy to scale up. And let me tell you how it's easy to scale up. It's because you literally is just cutting and pasting, like the course teaching you, cutting and pasting and milling things off and waiting for a result. All right. So if let's say you're trying to get something deleted off your account, all right, and they bring it back and say, all right, well, hey, you disputed this and da 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 da. That's the next step. That's the next step. So then, boom, you just send this reply over here to this person. Okay. So the thing is to be in a better position at the end than where you was at the beginning. So once you start repaying your credit, I'm gonna keep preaching to the streaming community. Once you start repaying your credit, you can charge other people to do that. Or once you get your credit, like my wife went from 0 to 720 in 3 months. All right. And the reason why I use my wife is because she wasn't established. She wasn't established. Like if I say, all right, hey, look, my credit score is 780, something like that. All right. First, you're gonna be like, well, yeah, you got homes in your name and cars in your name and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing you're gonna be like, all right, that's obvious. All right. But when I use my wife and I tell you the background of where she come from and where she's at now, using the same principles in that course, now you see that it's possible in 3 months. Hey, let's say everything don't go as smooth. Let's say it take you. Some people take 30 days. Some people the first time they dispute things or whatever, or they start doing implementing some of the things like getting secure credit cards and stuff like that, or getting trade lines and stuff like that. Some people take 30 days for their credit score to shoot up. But let's say it might take you 60 days. Let's say it might take you 90 days. Let's say it take you a year. How many years you have bad credit? How many? I heard a commercial. And the guy was talking about credit repair. Credit repair. It was like, isn't credit repair expensive? And the guy said, isn't having bad credit more expensive? Something like that. And I never looked at it like that, because if I went to go get a car, I just put on the down payment, and I never look at the interest rates or whatever. I just was like, hey, look, how much can you afford to pay a month? I'm like, hey, I could afford to pay this. I used to be happy when they used to say, "Hey man, you approved for a car. We got you in this program, right?" You didn't care how much the interest rate was. So a car that would normally cost somebody 30,000 is costing you 50,000. Bad credit, So I'm gonna keep preaching this to the streaming community, man. Is that we see that things are happening in the streaming community. All right, we see that things are rapidly changing. What's your backup plan? That's my question to you guys. What's your backup plan? Okay. Listen, don't be afraid to fail. You got to fail in order to learn. You got to fail in order to learn, man. Like people look at me and they're like, all right, Tech got those hot spots. All right, people in my community, all right, got those hot spots. Go back to the AT&T thing. You remember when we were doing that? You remember when that killed off? How many people was like, "Hey man, look, I was your customer. When you gonna get when you gonna get me back up? Can't get you back up, so you went up elsewhere." All right. You remember when I partnered with that company, the Blue Label, right? And basically what they were doing, they was like, all right, we get you 400 gigs. We get you 400 gigs of hotspots, and then I was like, shit, let me get some resellers because I had a panel. You go buy you a SIM card, you email me. You know, I had a whole little system. My kids working for me, one of my sons working for me. You email the address, he look you up, you give him that EIM number out your hotspot and give him that SIM card. We lock you in, you PayPal us, I PayPal them, or I use the credits that I already had in there. Boom. Rolling with that, man. That was good. What happened? Boom. AT&T shut down that contract. So Cable Smashes. What's up, babe? What's up? Shut that down. So that's two failures right there. That's two failures right there. But in the process of failing, and I'm not gonna call them a failure because I made money during that time, but I wasn't able to sustain those customers. All right. So I did get emails, and I did hope you and the family been safe. Yeah, we okay, man. We're doing better. I did get to collect some emails and make relationships with other people, and and people was like, hey, when you get back online, let me know. In that process of those failures, um, I learned other methods that I was even trying out while that was going on. Okay, and so now these methods that I was using while those other things was popping, now that's in my new course. How to sell internet. Right, that's in my new course because these methods that I'm talking about now has been proven when everything else failed. So even in my failures, I learned. It forced me to learn. I'm gonna keep preaching this, man. There's no reason for anyone in the streaming community that has found a way to monetize the knowledge they acquired in this community. There's no reason or no way for you not to. That it makes sense. There's no reason for you not to be able to take the next step. You should have acquired all of the skills needed to run a different business, from customer service to managing emails to having the ability to build up an email list. Phone calls or however you run your business. There's no reason why anyone that have found a way to this monetize the streaming world, no reason why you should not take the next step. A business is simply finding a problem and offering a solution. Well, tech, that's easier said than done. Bro, what you gonna do? You gonna stay in a community that's drying up? If you don't believe the streaming community is drying up, go ahead and look at the videos that some of the leading streamers was putting out that was once getting 100,000, 200,000, a million views. They're lucky. Facebook ads is easy for me to build email list fast. That's what's up. It's easy. It's easy to see that, hey, they're not getting those views anymore. They're not get. That's why you got some of these guys. They were just doing one genre, or let me say that just was that their specialties was just one part in the streaming community. We could go back to Cody. What happened to all of those big YouTubers who we idolized back in the days? They, they